So many of us share an intense love and bond with our animal friends. So when you experience the loss of your pet, it is natural to feel deep sadness and hurt, and I mean deep hurt. Our friend and guest expert, Julia Grieve, recently lost her dog and is here to share her experience of grief. Let's give Jules some love because this is so hard to talk about. Oh. And you can't prepare, you know. Riddick is a part of this show. Riddick spent so many episodes with us on this show. And you lost him. How have you been?
You know, it's been so hard, Trace. And I honestly, I know that sounds obvious, but I think that, like, it just hits you in so many different ways, but it literally knocked me off my feet. And I'll say this, I was going to say, honestly, it was one of the hardest things I've been through. And then there's this stigma. Even saying that out loud, I'm like, oh my God, it's just a dog. And I just get so, and to be honest with you, I'm a little new to that because people would say to me, oh, you know, we had to put our cat down. And I'd be like, oh my God, that's so sad. Okay, anyways, I gotta go over this way. Now I'm like, oh my, how are you? What are you doing at work? Are you okay? Because that stigma has got to go. And I think one of the other reasons, Tracy, it becomes super hard is there are a lot of animals, when this happens, it becomes our choice to decide what a quality of life looks like for the person that you like, or the what you love so much. So I think making that choice is what really is so hard to do and to deal with. That's what I found the hardest, because as I said, as my mom said to me, you guys aren't ready for this, but Riddick is. And you have to make that choice. So living with that choice is a really hard one.
When you think about it, your pet is in and out of every minute of your day. You know, you have aunts and uncles that you only see once a year. But that pet is underfoot as you're washing dishes. Your whole schedule and your routine is based around that pet. Like, they really are a part of the family. And I'm kind of like you, Julia. I think, well, you know, it's an animal. It's a family member. Absolutely. It is a family member. So when people have lost pets, they're either sort of like, you know, I can't talk about it at all, or let's talk about it ad nauseum, because it is so raw for so long. Talk to me a little bit about how your family is dealing with it.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it's not linear, right? It's not like everyone's like, oh, we cried, then we got this, and like that. Everyone has been dealing with it differently. For me, instant. Like, I was there with his last breath. So it was just instant for me to get through it. The kids, I have teenage kids that are away at university. So we're very sad at first, but they keep popping up different things, like a little text from Mimi, my daughter. I just had a Riddick moment. And I have to say, okay, Mimi, you want to talk about it? And we send pictures back and forth. The most interesting, though, was actually my husband, who is just like the martyr, you know, so strong. It says, Riddick, this is no problem. Months later, I caught him upstairs in the bathroom, bawling, like ugly crying. And I came in, I thought something was wrong, and Doug, my husband, just looks at me and goes, I didn't even know we liked him that much.
We really loved that
Like,
dog.
I can't even believe I'm doing this. And I think that's, you know, again, and his guilt, or his grief was a bit different. There was a bit more guilt attached to it. You know, had we fed him different food, would he still be here? Had we walked him more, maybe we didn't love him enough, all that kind of stuff. So again, everybody just goes through it differently, and being prepared that it's going to take a lot of time.
Absolutely, it's going to take the time it takes. So, did you feel supported? Like, I hope you felt support around you and not people sort of being like, stop crying, it's over now.
You know what? I was very shocked, to be honest with you, because this is the first time I've gone through it. We had pets as children, but I think, though, you know, now I look back and remember my mom devastated when we put Jackson down. At the time, I was like so sad. But so, yes, I have to be honest with you, Tracy, and I'm not saying this just because I'm sitting in this chair here at Cityline, but every single person on this team and crew had a minute with me the first time I was back. Even, you know, are you okay? How are you feeling? Are you ready to come back to work? Every single buddy.
Yeah.
Everyone. So it was really, really nice.
We're pet people up in here.
It is. And this was like my producer, April. She's been on the show a few times, and she made me this little paw print, and it was so great. There will be many who walk through your life, but only a friend will leave a footprint or a paw print.
That is beautiful.
That was really, really nice. This is a wonderful little ornament I got from my neighbor. That's from Nunatak Designs on Etsy. She lives in Yellowknife and makes these. Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes.
And the other one that was so super was my neighbor, Sarah. She made a donation in Riddick's name to the Ontario Veterinarian College at Guelph.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice? So there's going to be more vets coming into the world because of Riddick.
Absolutely.
I thought that was amazing.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about advice you can give to people who are going through this, because grief, as you said, is a funny thing. It's not linear. It's different for everyone. Is there any advice that you found really helpful going through this?
You know, a couple things that we've done as a family that have worked really well. And one of them, I read about it a long time ago, and I was like, I'm not doing that. That's a bit silly. And we, of course, did it this weekend. Is we wrote an obituary. For Riddick.
Did? I like that idea.
All the kids put in their part. Riddick joined us on this day, and funny stories. We've definitely planned a service for him, which we will do up at the cottage in the beginning of the season in May, and have everybody available and come and sort of have that memory. I think there's a lot of talk about when I'm going to get another dog. When do you get another dog? And I think this is something that is so personal and never to be judged. I think a lot of people could get dogs immediately. And as Shona said backstage, we're very mature species. Like, we can feel sad and loss and be okay with happiness and love. So if somebody is ready, that's a great thing. Now, we were very, very close. We went and saw a litter of puppies, and I was like, oh, I'm so close. I think, and then we were like, oh, it's not the right time. But it was the right time for my neighbors and my best friend. So this is one of the things that has helped us so much. This is what I like to call rent a puppy. Or rent a puppy. So, Poppy, come here. Come on. Hi, baby girl. So come here, baby. We get to play with Poppy. She's way more into Ozzy than me right now. Poppy, I need a snack.
Ozzy, come here, and then Poppy will come. Come on, Ozzy. Come on.
Here she comes.
There we go.
There she is. Good girl.
Ozzy goes right to,
is that really good. This is a great therapy. It helps us so much. And our good friends Jenny and Denny, they'll let, you know, my kids like knock on their door. Oh, can we take Poppy for a walk?
Oh, I love
that. It's really been a wonderful experience. So if you can find someone that got a dog, I suggest renting.
That is how we started with dogs. We were dog sitters for all of our friends, and then we were like, oh my God, we love this so much. Let's get one of our own. So thank you so much. This is a hard thing to speak about, and we appreciate you coming here and keeping it real with us. So thanks so much, Julia.
Thank you.
We loved Riddick. We really did.
He was good. I did actually say to April once he was no longer with us, I said, don't kick me off the pet show. I love the pet show.
This was crucial that we talk about it, so I'm glad you're